Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to be looking at why you cannot find a good product to sell on Amazon, and I'm going to go over 4 reasons why, and then 4 kind of resolutions to that, so you can walk away from this video kind of knowing what to do next. If you want this sort of content, make sure you are subscribed with those notifications turned on. Let's get into the video straight away. Right, so if you checked my last video, I'm not even sure if I uploaded it. If I did, I apologize. It's cringe central. Sometimes you've got to laugh at yourself. So back to the normal content today, the kind of tutorial content, the stuff that you actually will find valuable and useful. So smash the like button straight away, just because, you know, getting back on track with the old YouTube channel. So why am I making this video? A lot of people, when I say a lot of people, some people will come to me and say, like, I'm struggling to find product ideas. I'm struggling to, find, products sold on Amazon. And generally it's for the same reasons. And I tend to answer the question in a very similar way for each person. And that tends to help them quite a lot. And I'm going to go over those 4 things right now. And if this is you, then just kind of take a note of the answers I'm going to give. So I'm going to give the 4 kind of issues, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to give you the 4 resolutions of the things you really need to understand, so that you can actually progress forward and find that product to start selling. So without further ado, let's get into that right now. All right, the first thing is that quite often people will become really tunnel visioned on the metrics, on the numbers. So what I mean by that is, if you're searching on Amazon, and you're looking through you're looking like Jungle Scout, you're looking at the numbers, you open up the Chrome extension, looking at all the numbers, and you don't see the numbers you like, and you just move on, okay? You just are like, oh, I'm not sure about those numbers, it's too competitive, this, that, and the other, just move on. Now, that would be really numbers focused. You're only really looking at things like the price, the amount of monthly sales, and the reviews. And those 3 things are not enough information for you to make a really informed decision. Of course, there will be cases where, yes, there is a huge amount of competition, or yes, the sales are too low. However, there's lots of areas within this grey area where there is going to be opportunity for new sellers. So the big issue that a lot of people have, is why I put it first, is that they really just look at numbers and they don't consider any other real, like variables. So I'll get onto the resolution for that later, but let's go through the second reason why people can't find products. So the second issue people have is that they only use one product research technique. And of course, I'm going to go on to later to explain why that's bad and how to get over it. But using just one is like, again, it's kind of like having that tunnel vision with the metrics, with the numbers. It's having a tunnel vision with product research in general. You're just not seeing the opportunities that are there because you're just focused on one thing, and you really want to have the widest scope possible. So if that's you and you're really only doing one product research technique, then hopefully this video is really going to help you. But let's move on to the third problem. The third thing why people will kind of really struggle is actually around empathy. Now you might be thinking, like, well, how does empathy, or how is that involved within product research? And it is really, really, really important, which is why some people kind of won't appreciate it. Once you've found a potential product, I will explain potential products, you don't know if it's going to be good yet. Potential product, you need to put yourselves in the customer's shoes, right? You need to put yourself as an actual purchaser and say, is this product, and this particularly with a bundle, like if you're bundling a product with the first one, additional free product, is it beneficial to the customer? Is it beneficial for that bundled product to be with the hero product? And that's where you really need to put yourself in their shoes and think, is this beneficial? Not, you're giving the customer what they want rather than what you think they want. And to do that, you need to be able to put yourselves in their shoes, okay? So you have empathy for their buying decisions, what people actually want, okay? So that's the third thing. Let's move on to the fourth. The fourth thing is probably one of those, it's one of those, I guess, quite common ones, just generally in life. And that's patience, right? Lack of patience. Because a few people will reach out to me and they've been looking for a week or 2 weeks for a product, and they're like, I can't do this. I can't find a product. I've been searching for a week. And that's incredible amounts of impatience. You need to dedicate time to it. You need to have patience. And what I tell people is that if it's going to take 3 months to find a product, I don't think it would. Would take 3 months. But if it were to take 3 months, is it worth waiting that 3 months if that product can make you a passive income source for potentially years into the future and open up an opportunity into this whole new business? Is it worth waiting 3 months? And all you have to do is kind of realign yourself and think, actually, yes, it is worth it. Okay, so the fourth thing that we're going to cover is lack of patience. So what we will now do is go back through those. I'll give them a brief summary again, and then we'll go through the resolutions to how you're going to get over that. The first thing that we went over was being really tunnel vision with things like numbers, only looking at numbers like sales and reviews and stuff like that, and not looking for the opportunity. And what I mean by this, I talk about this all the time, but maybe people don't understand, maybe I don't articulate myself as well as I could do. What I mean by this is that numbers cannot tell you everything, because when a customer goes onto Amazon and they look for a product, they search for a product, they're not looking at numbers. They're looking at your product photos. They're looking at your reviews, like actually what the reviews say. They're looking at, you know, the star rating. They're looking at things like the bullet points, the title, the price. You need to be able to look at the opportunity and really, rather than tunnel vision, look at those numbers and then just disregard that product because of, you know, a few people that have more reviews, or the sales are a little bit low, or the price is not quite where you want it to be. You just need to look at those products. You need to go onto that first page of items, or the first page of product sellers, and you need to look at them. You actually need to deep dive into those products and see, is there an opportunity for me as a new seller? And that can range from a whole different, I guess, plethora of different things. That could be the images, like they could all be terrible listings. They could have the price point could be really low or really high. There could be an option for a luxury product. There could be, you know, like design flaws. There could be issues with the product that you find out through the reviews. There's so many things and so many opportunities that you can find, even with things like bundling. There is many opportunities to be found. You have to be looking for it. There's a Tony Robbins video online. You might just go and search for it after. And he asked people in the audience to look around the room and look for something that's red. And like people look around and find things that are red. The colors might be different, but look for something that's red. And then he asked someone, you know, how many things did you see that were brown? And they're like, well, none. We were looking for red. So that's precisely the point. If you're not looking for it, you're never going to find it. So you need to be open to those opportunities, and you need to be actually looking for them as well. So that first thing, being tunnel visioned on numbers only and just disregarding products just because of the numbers, you need to stop doing that. You need to start deep diving into your product research. Second thing. The second thing is only using one product research technique. It doesn't matter which one it is, but you're only using one. Now, the game with product research is to give yourself as many opportunities to find a product as possible. And if you're cutting off a lot of opportunities by not using other different research techniques, then you're just shooting yourself in the foot. Like I said, the product research module in my course is one of the biggest ones because you need to use different methods. It's not just a one-trick pony, okay? The more opportunities you give yourself, it's literally just a numbers game. If you find 100 products, a percentage of those will be absolutely killer. A percentage of those will be even better. Now, say 100, it could be 5, it could be 20, but the point is that if you only look for 5 products, then your rate of success is going to be a lot lower because you have less options to go from. If you look at 50, then you will have many more options to choose from. So you want to widen your search, look for all different types of product research strategies. If you just go on YouTube and search in product research strategies for Amazon FBA, there's a bunch out there. Go on like vlogs, blogs, everywhere you'll be able to find information on them. Just use multiple ones. You don't have to spend like 2 weeks on one and then go 2 weeks on another one. Just use them, at different times. You might choose one time when you get home from work to use one different method. You might choose to go on Alibaba and start reaching out to suppliers asking for their product list. You might go on Jungle Scout. You might go to a shop like TK Maxx and just have a look around and just see if it sparks any ideas. What you want to do is get your your subconscious mind just thinking about product all the time, and then eventually you will find the opportunity that you have been looking for. The third thing was about empathy and putting yourself in the customer's shoes. What you need to understand with this is that people aren't going to buy your products unless they want to them, right? Unless your pictures look good. If you put pictures up on the internet and you compare them to someone else's, and you think yours are better, but actually when you show maybe 3 friends and you don't tell them which one is yours, they think the other ones are better, then you haven't put yourself properly in the customer's shoes. You need to really put yourself in the customer's shoes to be successful at this. Particularly with bundling, this is where I see this most, is where people will add in a bundle to a product offering. It doesn't make any sense for the customer. But I've seen some really weird things in the past where people say, oh, I'm not making many sales. And I'm like, okay, well, show me your listing. Let's see if I can help. And I look at the bundle, I'm like, why would the customer ever want those 2 things put together? It doesn't make any sense. And maybe I'm wrong which could be the case, but if I was to buy that item, I would buy one that is cheaper and doesn't have the bundle. And if I'm doing that and I know the game, then a customer who's not even thinking about it will probably make the same decision. So you need to, again, really put yourself in those customers' shoes, particularly with things like bundling, particularly with things like images, and like your marketing is, what do the customers want and how can you give it to them rather than giving them what you think they want, okay? And that's all through empathy, putting yourself in their shoes, but also asking people, doing some actual research. Show people products that aren't in this kind of Amazon or e-commerce game. Show actual people that would go on Amazon and buy things. Show them, ask them what they think, and get their feedback. Right, the fourth thing, the final thing, was the patience and lack of patience. And here is, you really need to understand that most businesses, like majority of businesses, take years to plan. Right, it's not something that can be done within a matter of weeks, a matter of months, like you can do with selling on Amazon. Like, this is an incredible business opportunity where you can set up a business that can make huge amounts of money and have a high turnover business literally within a matter of months, right? And within a couple of years, you could be super successful. Most companies will never have that luxury, okay? So when you are 2 weeks or a month down the line and you're struggling, then you really need to look at your own patience and go, look, in the grand scheme of things, is this the worst thing ever to happen? No, not at all. Am I able to wait another week, another 2 months, another year? Like, hell, put it to a year. Most businesses will take more than a year to even plan, let alone, become profitable. Most businesses won't be profitable in the first year or even the second year. So, like, what you are setting up by doing this is something incredible. So it's okay to have patience. For example, I'm launching a brand right now. I've had huge setbacks, just things taking longer than I thought, but I'm not stressed about it. I'm just accepting it as it takes the amount of time that it takes. I'm not going to be put off because, look, if it takes another month to launch, another 2 months to launch, so be it. What I'm doing is trying to set up a product or a brand that will last for years. So what the hell is a few months difference when you're trying to create something that's going to last years? It's almost insignificant if you were to look back, a couple years time and look back. So really have patience and, do things properly. Don't rush, right? Don't rush, but have aggressive patience. So like, act with urgency, but don't cut corners, okay? But have patience, because that is a thing that will really help you. Hopefully you have enjoyed, don't know why I'm waving, just waving to my neighbors. Hopefully you have enjoyed that video and you found it useful and valuable, particularly for those people that are kind of struggling. I hope you did watch it and it kind of resonates with you. These are some of the things, again, that I will answer, over email quite often, and it always comes back to the same kind of things, like not opening up to opportunities, and that's really within the metrics and the product research. It's about the empathy of just not understanding what the customer actually wants, and then just patience. It's just really just giving it a bit of time. It's worth waiting for. I'm telling you, it's worth waiting for. If you have liked this video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Of course, make sure you are subscribed with those notifications turned on so you get notified when I upload a video. If you have any questions or any videos that you want me to create, let me know down below. If you want me to do a particular video on whatever, then let me know in the comments and I will consider doing one of those over the next couple of weeks. Thank you as always for tuning in. I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.